Hello you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Academy Online. My name is Bella and I'm the director of Arc Global Placements, which is a recruitment agency or a recruitment consultancy that's based in South Africa and specializes in data science, machine learning, AI, as well as embedded development and IT. Now today we're going to be talking about strengths and weaknesses. All right, so the idea with this channel is to help you, the candidate, to master your interviews as you engage with professionals, when you attend interviews, or when you network. It doesn't matter what the context is, but I strongly believe that your strengths and your weaknesses are an important part of how you can demonstrate who you are. Now, I always say there's no wrong or right answer, but there's just different ways that we can answer these questions that will help us to stand out when we engage with people. Now, as we all know, especially on weaknesses, we all have weaknesses. Okay, I think the most important thing with weaknesses is just being aware that we do have a weakness. All right, so a weakness is not necessarily a deal breaker as you attend interviews. I guess it depends on what the weakness is, right? But there are different ways that you can actually mention your weaknesses without shooting yourself in the foot. And one of the ways is by firstly mentioning what you were doing about it. Okay, so for example, if time management is my weakness, now I'm not just going to leave it at that when the question is posed in the interview, but I would suggest we mention also what we are doing about it in order to make it better. Now, so if time management is my weakness, then I would want to add that, okay, it's something that I am consciously aware of. And what I've done is 1, 2, 3 in order to make it better. Maybe breaking my, tasks in small little bits and pieces just to help manage the workload or something along those lines. Now, another way of handling the weaknesses question is if you mention it in a positive kind of light. So again, if my weakness is time management, you need to think deep in terms of why it is important or why it is that you take a while to complete a task. It could be because you are customer focused or customer centric and you want to get things right the first time. You don't want to repeat tasks just because you've rushed through them, which then gives it a positive kind of spin when you mention it in an interview. So that's just what I always suggest, what I always encourage or recommend or suggest candidates handle this type of question. On strengths are obviously very important, but I feel like a lot of people don't put a lot of thought into it when they answer that question. A lot of people go into interviews thinking about, hey, I'm a hard worker, I do this, I do that, and or I problem solve, yes, again, we all have strengths, all right? And I'm sure that strengths are always what we want to mention versus the weaknesses. But, we need to be thinking about what sets us apart from the next person when we answer this question. An example is, for example, if you go into saying in an interview that your strength is the fact that you are a hard worker, everybody else says that. Everybody is a hard worker. Aren't we all hard work? We are all trying our best. What I always suggest with this question is that you basically solidify it and make it a little bit more real. Now, think of your day and what you do from 8 to 5 and think about something that you believe you're really good at, that you have seen plan out during your day as you complete your tasks in the workplace. For example, if problem solving is a strength of yours, right? So my suggestion is that you actually give an example of where you felt that strength stood out, because then it turns into just a strength, but into something a little bit more solid, a little bit more real. And believe me, the company will remember that example that you give. Okay, so it's not just about saying, I'm a problem solver, or I don't know, I mean, deadlines, whatever, but you need to give an example, because that will set you apart from the next candidate. If all candidates had to mention the same strength for the same position or whatever, and you were the one that actually gave an example to make it solid, believe you me, you would stand out of the bunch of candidates that the client is interviewing. So that's just my suggestion on strengths and weaknesses. I am available on info@artglobalplacements.com if you would like maybe me to give you a call so we can talk and prepare for interviews. It's just a free service that we offer to anyone that needs it. All right. But do reach out, and I wish you all the best with your interviews. We'll chat soon. Bye.